Prinz Eugen emerged from Germany's 1930s naval rearmament with a stunning design and innovative technology. After setting the stage for World War II, Prinz Eugen was central to several battles, including the Battle of Denmark Strait. She clashed with British enemies, unleashing a firestorm that shook the seas. Prinz Eugen's fate was uncertain. She supported German Eastern Front forces in the Baltic Sea after being repaired. Prinz Eugen was a symbol of human ingenuity and strength after surviving war and 2 atomic blasts. As we learn more about Prinz Eugen, we learned that the ship war began als der glückliche Prinz, or the Happy Prince, for always surviving combat. As World War II history enthusiasts like us, you know that military history requires more than surface knowledge. One of the best language learning apps, Babbel, helps. Babbel's deep understanding is needed to unravel the craziest war stories or captivating accounts from World War II soldiers. With its comprehensive and unique learning model, you can explore original German sources. Instead of computers or AI algorithms, native teachers and linguistic experts create and narrate every lesson, creating an authentic learning experience. Not only does Babbel teach German. Explore 14 languages, including Spanish, Italian, French, and Russian. An impressive 20-day money-back guarantee ensures value. For a limited time, Babbel is offering new subscribers a 60% discount for Dark Seas viewers. Start speaking a new language in 3 weeks by clicking the link in the description. Let yourself learn a new language von der Pike auf from scratch. Babbel helps you understand the past. Not often the Admiral Hitler class of heavy cruisers was rearmed by Germany. Nazi Party rise in 1933. In 1935, Germany and Britain signed the Anglo-German Naval Agreement, legalizing German Navy rearmament. Germany was allowed to build 5 10,000-ton treaty cruisers under the agreement. Admiral Hitler-class ships technically met this weight limit, but they exceeded in practice. Prinz Eugen's allure exceeded expectations. The 3rd Admiral Hitler-class warship, she was one of the most beautiful ever built. The name honors an Austrian-French hero and embodies the spirit and heritage of the Austro-Hungarian Royal and Imperial Navy. The German Navy originally planned to name the ship after Admiral Wilhelm von Tegethoff, who defeated the Italian Navy in 1866. Hitler chose a different name to avoid offending Mussolini and his new Italian allies. Hitler attended the ship's launch on August 22, 1938, with much fanfare. The pinnacle Prinz Eugen was stunning and engineered. She was over 200 meters long and drew attention wherever she sailed. She was powerful beneath the surface. This massive cruiser displaced 16,970 tons and was unmatched. Prinz Eugen could reach 32 knots with 132,000 shaft horsepower. She stood out for more than her speed. Prinz Eugen had 42 officers and 1,340 enlisted men who worked together to operate the ship's powerful weapons. Her main armament was 8 20.3 cm SKL/60 guns in 4 twin turrets. Any enemy who crossed her path would be destroyed by these powerful guns. Prinz Eugen was a formidable opponent from any angle with 12 10.5 cm L/65 anti-aircraft guns, 12 3.7 cm guns, and 8 2 cm guns. Her offensive capabilities included 2 triple 53.3 cm torpedo launchers, threatening her opponents on land and sea. Prinz Eugen had excellent aerial reconnaissance and devastating firepower. She could launch and retrieve 3 Arado AR-196 seaplanes and a catapult to extend her surveillance and intelligence-gathering capabilities beyond the horizon. Designers gave her strong armor plating for protection. A 70-80 mm belt shielded against enemy attacks. Prinz Eugen could withstand enemy fire thanks to her 12-30 mm upper deck and 20-50 mm main armored deck. She represented German ingenuity and was a sea power. Dirty fighting HMS Suffolk patrolled the Denmark Strait in 1941 and encountered Bismarck and Prinz Eugen. Suffolk quickly retreated from these powerful German ships as their powerful guns were within range. Suffolk's captain, Robert M. Ellis, steered the cruisers northeast to southwest to anticipate the German ship's approach. The southwest leg was his biggest worry because it was hard to spot German ships approaching from behind. Suffolk had radar but struggled to detect ships in her stern arcs. Then the captain's worries came true. Suffolk sailed into a fog bank to hide. The captain knew that shells falling on his ship would be the first sign of discovery if the Germans had seen them. Suffolk's job was to find the German convoy and direct heavier British ships to intercept it, so she couldn't fight them. Captain Ellis let the German ships pass through the fog and shadowed them from their port quarter for radar range. The German ships wanted to sneak into the Atlantic to disrupt convoys. The British battlecruiser Hood and battleship Prince of Wales were approaching them without their knowledge. Focused fire Prince of Wales reported enemy sightings on May 24, 1941, and British ships closed in on the Germans. Hood accidentally fired at Prinz Eugen during the Prince of Wales-Bismarck battle. Four ships exchanged fire, with the Germans hitting Hood, which caught fire. The German ships fired another salvo, and Hood exploded in a massive explosion, breaking in half and sinking as the British opened fire. 7:20, Prince of Wales had to maneuver to avoid the wreckage as Hood sank, witnessing the tragic deaths. The Germans targeted the last British ship. Prince of Wales suffered heavy casualties from Bismarck shells. Prince of Wales responded by smoking, turning away, and leaving the battle. 7:39, despite losses, Prince of Wales hit Bismarck 3 times, 2 of which were significant. One hit caused flooding, shutting down 2 boilers and slowing Bismarck. Bismarck trailed fuel after another hit caused flooding, allowing the British to track her. The German fleet commander turned for France after realizing repairs were needed. The Prince of Wales and other British ships pursued the Germans to France. Prinz Eugen continued the raiding mission alone while Bismarck and Prince of Wales exchanged fire. The Prinz Eugen escaped undetected. Bismarck's path was blocked by British ships in a dramatic naval chase. They sank her on May 27, 1941. But fuel and machinery issues forced Prinz Eugen to abandon her raiding mission. War-prized the German battleship Prinz Eugen, Scharnhorst, and Gneisenau spent 1941 in Brest after Bismarck. RAF bombings proved their situation was unsustainable. Hitler redirected the ships to Norway. The Germans could retrace their steps through the Denmark Strait or take the shorter but riskier English Channel route. Hitler chose the latter. Prinz Eugen had to cross the Channel in daylight and avoid British naval and air attacks. The following February 11, the 3 German ships and escorts escaped Brest undetected and began their dangerous journey through the English Channel. Prinz Eugen humiliated the British again by evading Scharnhorst and Gneisenau, who hit mines. Their triumph was brief. On February 23, the British submarine HMS Trident torpedoed the Prinz Eugen, causing severe damage. Prinz Eugen supported German Eastern Front forces in Baltic waters for the rest of the war after repairs in Germany. She fired thousands of shells at Russian positions in March. Her next stop was Copenhagen, where she joined the light cruiser Nürnberg. Prinz Eugen was ceremonially decommissioned by her crew on May 7 and taken over by the Royal Navy the following day as the European war neared its end. The heavy cruiser survived the war as the largest German warship. British cruisers dry-docked her in Wilhelmshaven. The Americans wanted to keep Prinz Eugen from Russia but had no immediate use for the ship. The Americans won Prinz Eugen after drawing lots from a hat for the remaining German fleet. A mixed American-German crew sailed to Boston on January 5, 1946, when she was commissioned into the U.S. Navy as a war prize. Grounded, the last German crew left Prinz Eugen on May 1, 1946, and she arrived at Bikini Atoll the following month for Operation Crossroads nuclear testing. The ship was moored away from the Able and Baker test detonations. Prinz Eugen became radioactive like other surviving vessels despite being undamaged. Tow her to Kwajalein for decontamination. Prinz Eugen listed with her stern in the water in December. Inubaj Island failed to beach the ship, and she grounded on a coral ledge offshore. The ship capsized the next day as it took on water. Radioactive contamination prevented any rescue, so she was left there. A 1970 survey found the Prinz Eugen radiation-free, but it advised removing ordnance and fuel before salvage. No action was taken. The report recommended removing all fuel within 30 years, regardless of salvage efforts. The wreck of this twice-nuked war survivor is still a popular dive site at Kwajalein Atoll.